What's up, Dragon Slaves? Today's video is about reproductive health and its connection to insulin resistance. Of course, to keep our species alive, humans, like all other organisms, must reproduce. Some of us do this quite well, while others may suffer the heartache that usually accompanies infertility. Regardless of the situation, among the essential components of reproductive health are the sex hormones produced by the primary sex glands, testes in men, ovaries in women, with some involvement from the brain. The brain and sex glands, known as gonads, interact to properly orchestrate the many events in men and women that must happen to allow reproduction. However, you might be surprised to learn that a humble hormone from the pancreas plays an important role as well. The connection between insulin resistance and reproductive disorders may be the most unexpected one that we've covered to date. Most people would never imagine that insulin resistance plays any role in reproduction, let alone an essential one. And yet, insulin is absolutely necessary for normal reproduction, which may be evidence of a simple yet profound link between our metabolic and reproductive function. After all, reproducing is risky business. It wouldn't be prudent to bring offspring into a dangerous or unhealthy situation, such as a period of starvation. Insulin then acts as a signal that tells our brains if our environment is metabolically safe. Normal insulin levels suggest that the potential parent to be is healthy and their diet is sufficient to grow a fetus and even raise a newborn. The fact that we need insulin for healthy reproduction is clear. Experiments with rodents have revealed that a lack of insulin leads to changes in brain and gonad function that decrease reproductive processes. But too much insulin isn't any better than too little. Remember, insulin resistance is almost always a state of hyperinsulinemia. The pancreas is producing more insulin than normal in an effort to increase insulin's actions within the body. Insulin resistant men and women are more likely to be infertile than their insulin sensitive counterparts. Additionally, insulin resistant children are more likely to experience alterations in puberty. Exactly why this happens is fascinating and illustrates both how delicate fertility is regulated and the ways metabolic processes drive reproductive processes. In this next section, we'll take a look at the many sexual and reproductive complications that can arise when men, women, and kids have insulin troubles. So, this next section of the book is pretty interesting because I had no idea that insulin resistance was so pervasive. When we usually hear about insulin resistance, it's typically in the realm of type 2 diabetes because that's the most common form that people see. In the last few videos that I've gone over, we broke down what it does to the brain and how it functions, and now we're kind of looking at the other side of this, looking at the internal organs, the reproductive health, and showing the link between all of the possible issues with infertility. It's going to cover PCOS, erectile dysfunction. There's so many things that it's linked to. My hope is that by the time I go through all of this, you guys can understand that insulin is linked to literally everything. Almost every chronic disease and almost anything that can go wrong in the human body, insulin resistance is at the root cause of it. It's some pretty crazy stuff. So strap in and welcome to this adventure of learning about how the human body gets broken, and hopefully we can heal it and repair it together. That's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.